Welcome. I am Sister Moira Weil, Director of Hain Museum. Dedication to prayer, work, and community is at the heart of the Benedictine tradition. For 150 years, our sisters have lived, prayed, and worked together. This special sesquicentennial exhibit gives an overview of the history of the Sisters of Saint Benedict during these 150 years. Sister Ruth Nierengarten curated this exhibit. What happened behind the beginnings? I want to start with a story. When Abbess Augustina from Saint Walburg Abbey in Bavaria came to Saint Benedict's Monastery in 1957 at the time of our centennial, she said, "I have been told when Mother Benedicta Riep did not know where she stood, and when deep darkness had set in all around her, she had a most beautiful and consoling dream. She saw a large tree growing up, covered all over with beautiful white blossoms. She took the tree as a symbol of her future community." Thus the title for our exhibit, The Unfolding Vision from Eichstätt, Bavaria to St. Joseph, Minnesota, 150 years. The word unfolding is key as the story continues to unfold today. Here is a photo of St. Walburg Abbey in Eichstätt, located in present-day southeastern Germany. The abbey has had a continuing existence since 1085, surviving fire, war, and famine. In 1806, it was closed by Napoleon during the era of secularization. 13 sisters survived when King Ludwig allowed the abbey to reopen almost 35 years later. Abbot Boniface Wilmer, Benedictine monk from St. Michael's Abbey in Minn, Bavaria, visited St. Walburg Abbey to request missionaries for America. Out of their 42 members, the sisters responded by sending 9 sisters and 3 candidates to America between 1852 and 1855, under the leadership of Mother Benedicta Riep. We are fortunate to have 2 items on loan from St. Walburg Abbey as part of our exhibit. 2 lamps which the sisters carried when they went to prayer, and a tapestry made by one of the sisters, a replica of their very early ones which had been confiscated. Notice this map of the journey from Bremen, Germany, to Southampton, England, to Newfoundland, to New York. They crossed the Atlantic in a steamer called the Washington. Here is an actual model of the ship on loan from St. Paul's Monastery in St. Paul, Minnesota. It was described as the first American Atlantic liner and also one of the ugliest ships ever put afloat. It was slow and rolled rather than steamed along. The sisters settled in Marystown, Pennsylvania, in a church and school abandoned by the Redemptorist Fathers and Notre Dame Sisters, located in a heavily forested, desolate area. In 1857, again in response to the request of the Benedictine monks for sisters to teach German immigrants, Mother Benedicta arranged for 4 sisters, 2 candidates, and a 12-year-old orphan girl to go to St. Cloud under the leadership of Mother Willibalda Schierbauer, who became the first prioress of this group. There was no one to meet them. They had no place to live. A Benedictine monk wrote this to Abbot Boniface: "As soon as one trouble is over, another shows up. Now the sisters have come." The 14 sisters in this community left St. Cloud in 1863. 7 sisters relocated to Atchison, Kansas to establish St. Scholastica Monastery, and 7 sisters relocated to St. Joseph, Minnesota. Prior Othmar Wirth of St. John's Abbey built their first convent and school for the sisters. This was the start of St. Benedict's